Hello, my dear students. I welcome you once again to this current lecture. In the last lecture, we started the new chapter from the syllabus that is called as the phase rule. Now, in that lecture, we studied the introduction of this chapter as well as some important concepts which are useful to study this phase rule. So, the concept like what is meant by the phase, what is meant by the component. So all these type of the important terms we studied in a last lecture. Now in the current lecture we are going to take the next important point from the chapter, that is some important concepts. So the first important concept is the degrees of freedom. So we have to study now what is by this degrees of freedom, what is the importance of this particular degrees of freedom. So we know that as far as the phase rule is considered, this phase rule concerned with some intensive properties. Some intensive properties we have to consider as far as this phase rule is considered. We know very well what is meant by these intensive properties. What is meant by the intensive properties? So we know very well that these are the properties which are independent upon the mass. The properties which are independent on mass. So that properties are nothing but the intensive type of properties. These properties are of different examples is there which belongs to these intensive properties. That properties may be our temperature is there, temperature, it may be the pressure, it may be the concentration, it may be the density. So these type of properties is there which are called as the intensive properties. Now as far as the any system is considered, if we want to describe that particular system completely, if we want to describe completely any particular system, at that time we have to take the help of one important property, and that is called as the degrees of freedom. So now what is by the degrees of freedom? So the minimum number of intensive variables which must be fixed in order to define the remaining intensive variables of the system is called as degrees of freedom of the system. So what is by this degrees of freedom? It is nothing but the minimum number of intensive variables. We know very well what is by these intensive variables, their different examples. So the minimum number of intensive variables which must be fixed, we have to fix that minimum number of intensive variables. What is necessity to fix that intensive variables in order to define the remaining intensive variables of the system? So we have to fix the minimum number of the intensive variables in order to study the remaining intensive variables of the system, then it is called as the degrees of freedom of the system. So in a short we can say that this degrees of freedom gives us an idea regarding the minimum intensive variables which is required to describe completely a particular system. Now if we have different values for this degrees of freedom, this degrees of freedom is denoted by the alphabet capital F. So this degrees of freedom has the different type of the values, different type of the possible values. If that F, that is the degrees of freedom of a system, is equal to 0, it may be equal to 1, it may be equal to 2, or it may be equal to the 3. So if a degrees of freedom is equal to 0, then that particular system is called as the non-variant system. So there is a non-variant system is there. If F is equal to 1, it is called as the monovariant system. If it is equal to 2, it is called as the bivariant system. While if the degrees of freedom is equal to 3, it is called as the trivariant system. So these are the possible values for these degrees of freedom for a particular system. Now if we consider a particular system for our clarification, so first of all, if we consider, if we take here some examples, so first example we have to take here, if we have a mass of gas, if we have a mass of gas, if we have a mass of gas, then we have to correlate the different properties of this particular gas, such as its volume, its pressure and temperature. So at that time we have to use one equation. That equation is nothing but the PV is equal to nRT. So this is the equation we have to use as far as the correlation of the different type of the intensive properties of the particular mass of a gas is concerned. So that properties like pressure, it is a volume, it is a temperature. So by considering this particular equation for a given system, that system consists of a mass of a gas. So what happens for such a system, for such a type of the gaseous system, if the values of this pressure and temperature, the values of pressure and temperature varied independently, we can vary them independently between these two variables of a system. So if we want to consider the volume of the gas, if we want to consider the volume of gas, so what happens, the value of the volume of a gas we have to consider. So for this purpose we have to consider the values of this pressure as well as temperature. So we can say here, in order to fix the volume of a gas at a given instant or at a given point, we have to take into consideration both variables, the variables as pressure as well as the temperature of the system. And that's why you can say that in order to describe completely this system, this gaseous system, two variables are required, that is the pressure as well as the temperature. That's how we can say that this type of the system has the value of F, that is the intensive variables, minimum number of intensive variables is equal to 2. That's why it has the F is equal to 2 or degrees of freedom is equal to 2, and that's why this system is called as the bivariant system. It is called as the bivariant system. So why is the bivariant? Because we can say here, in order to define completely the mass of a gas, that is system containing a given mass of a gas, it requires the two terms, that is the pressure as well as temperature, in order to describe the volume of a gas at a particular point. And that's why value of F is equal to 2, and therefore this system is called as the bivariant system. Now this is the first example for this degrees of freedom. Now suppose if we consider the second type of the example, suppose in this case we have to consider here a system in which we have to consider here a liquid. We have to consider a system containing a liquid, and this liquid is in equilibrium with its vapor. We have to consider a system containing a liquid, then this liquid is in a equilibrium with its vapor. So if we want to take into consideration different type of the intensive variables required to describe completely this particular system, so what happens, we have to take into consideration the variation of temperature, variation of temperature. We have to take into consideration the variation of temperature. So this variation of temperature at a particular pressure is independent. If we vary the temperature, then what happens, if we take into consideration the another parameter that is called as the its pressure, so we can say that we may vary this temperature independently. Variation of temperature is independent on variation of pressure. So we can say here, this temperature and pressure terms vary independently among each other. That's why we can say that for such a type of the system, the value of F, that is the degrees of freedom, is equal to 1. Therefore this system is called as the monovariant system. This system is called as the monovariant system. So why it is a monovariant system? Because we can say here, in order to describe completely this particular liquid system which is in equilibrium with its vapors, so if we vary temperature, then this variation is independent upon the second parameter, a second variable, that is a pressure, and that's why the value for degrees of freedom is equal to 1, and that's why this system is called as the monovariant system. So this is a simple concept called as the degrees of freedom, in which we study here the simple definition of these degrees of freedom. So what is by degrees of freedom? So degrees of freedom is nothing but the minimum number of intensive variables which must be fixed in order to define the remaining intensive variables of the system. Then it is called as the degrees of freedom of the system. These degrees of freedom of a system has the different possible values. It may be equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3. If it is equal to 0, it is called as the non-variant system. If it is a 1, it is a monovariant system. If 2, it is a bivariant system. And if it is equal to 3, it is called as the trivariant system. Now, in this definition, one term is there, that is intensive properties. So we know very well what is my intensive properties. So those properties which are independent on the mass, so that properties are called as the intensive properties. The properties like temperature, pressure, concentration, density, or another type of the properties also is there. So this is a simple definition of the degrees of freedom. After that, we take into consideration some simple examples for considering their degrees of freedom. So first simple example we consider here, consider a system containing a given mass of gas. So this system can be studied with the help of one equation, PV equal to nRT. So from this equation we correlate the three properties of the gas, its pressure, its volume and a temperature. So in order to describe this system completely, we have to take into consideration two parameters, that is pressure and temperature, in order to fix the value of volume of a gas. That's why for this system F is equal to 2, and so this system is called as the bivariant system. And the second simple example we consider here, consider a system containing a liquid which is in equilibrium with its vapor. So for such a system, the variation of the either property, that is the temperature and pressure, are independent upon each other, and that's why you can say that for this system the value of F is equal to 1, and that's why this is called as the monovariant system. So this is a simple concept called as the degrees of freedom, which is important as far as the description of a system is considered. So with this I stop here. The remaining points we will take in a next lecture. Thank you so much.